There we go. We're in. Okay. Right then. Let's set those shoulders up and back and down, sitting halfway along the chair. Pop that on. That doesn't want to work. Why is that not working? Okay. There we go. And then we're peeling alternate heel up off the floor. So we're just lifting the heel, making sure that we can feel just that little bit of weight, because we're in a seated position, underneath the ball of the big toe. So it just gets movement into those lower legs. And then toe raise to heel raise. So double toe raise, double heel raise. A little bit more work into those ankles. So we're not using the bands or the weights for a little while, so just pop them somewhere out of the way. And then bring that back to the center. Okay, we're going to just tap one leg out to the side and bring that leg back in. Tap it out to the side, bring it back in. So just not a big movement with this one, and trying to keep the body as still as we can. So the only movement we've got going on there. Oh, thanks, Rhoda. Thanks, Rhoda. They roll, those ones. They're a good shape for roll. It's like the balls. They roll miles. If a ball gets on the floor, it just goes for absolute miles. One more. And then bring that back to the center. Bring it back in. There was a funny little video I saw on social media when you drop your Pilates ball, and they drop it in the class, and then there's pictures of it rolling down a road, going between cars. That's what it feels like. It just feels like it goes on. They just roll for miles. That's it. Do one more here, and then rest it down. Okay, come into some shoulder rolls, up and back and down. And then one more backwards. And then change direction. Roll the shoulders forwards. And one more there. Okay, coming into some side bends. So hand down by the side of the body, just leaning down to the side and then bringing that back through the center to the other side. So we're trying to keep the ear in line with shoulder in line with hip, and the arms are nice and soft, nice and heavy, like you're holding the hand weights in your hand. So we're just trying to get those arms to be nice and heavy, trying not to let the temptation is to the shoulders to hunch up by the ears, so really try and let the arms be drawn down by our sides. Now on the next one, if shoulders are happy to, we take an opposite arm up overhead. And we just let that arm float up, go where it's able to go. If you can get the upper arm by the ear, then that's where we're aiming for. But if it won't quite go there, doesn't matter. As long as we're moving the arm around, it's going to get benefit from that. One more each side. And then bring that back to the center, reset those shoulders. Okay, we're going to come across the body now. So we're reaching across the body. We've got the rotation at the waist. The arm is across the chest. So keep the shoulder down away from the ear. Bring that back to the center. We go the other side. So reaching across the body, shoulder down, bring it back. So keep going with that one. So we've got this front reach, diagonal reach. It's going to open out into the back of the shoulder and give us some mobility around the spine. And then just getting the feel of that twisting feeling here. If you do have particular back issues, always be careful with rotations, always be careful with twists. And then go one more each side. And then bring that back to the center, reset the shoulders, shuffle towards the front edge of the chair, take the feet wide, take a little pedal through those feet, make sure that the legs are awake. We're going to bring ourselves up to standing. Now, guys who've got the hand weights, you might want to bring them with you. So if you want to get them now before you come up, have I put them out of reach, Marion? I've made that. Oh, sorry. Well, you don't want to step on them. And then when you're ready, guys, come and find your way through to a standing position, unless you're going to stay seated today. If you pop your band or your hand weights just onto the seat of your chair, and hand weights just be, that's probably better on the cushion because they're not going to roll off then. Because they haven't got anything to roll on. So just be a little bit careful because they do roll, those hand weights, the shape of them. You don't want a hand weight dropping on your foot. We're okay. Okay. So remember, as always, I've just laid my band there so it's handy. We can be behind the chair for that little bit of extra support, or if you don't need quite so much but you just want to have something there, we can be beside the chair. So you put the chair where it feels sensible for you. Okay. So we're going to come into some side bends in our standing position. So if you feel able to let go of the chair, we're going to let go of the chair. Otherwise, you can do this holding on. So we're just letting the hand drop down the side of the body. So no weight to begin with. That's it. So just letting the hand drop down the side of the body and then through the center over to the other side. So remember, let those shoulders be nice and soft. We could be, if you needed, if you were unsteady on your feet today, we could be here. Okay, so you could use the chair. Do one more each side. And then bring that back to the center. Now we're just going to load that move that little bit more. If you're using the band, we're going to double up the band and bring the band in front, just in front of our collarbones here. So our palms facing forward, the wrists nice and strong. If you're using the hand weights, we're going to have a go with this. Okay. So again, same position. So our elbows are tucked in. We're just in line with the collarbone here, palms facing forwards. That's it. Okay, so with the band, with the hand weights, you keep your hands just where they are. Okay, don't do anything else with them. With the band, we're going to lean to the side, everybody, and then pull on the band to help bring you back up again. So keep that in line with the collarbone. So we lean to the side. A gentle pull on the band to bring you up. So what this is going to do, just engage the muscles around the waist a little bit more. If it's too much with the weights, get rid of the weights. Okay, if it's, too much. Yeah, that's fine. So we're just leaning from one side to the other. They call this move swaying palm. So think about a palm tree swaying in the breeze. So keep the elbows really tucked into your body. That's it. And then run to the one side, shoulders down, chest is open. Lean to the other side, gentle pull on the band to bring you up. So this is just working those muscles around the waist that little bit more. And then rest it down. Give those shoulders a roll. Okay. We're going to come into our half roll down. So just pop the weights and the band down here. A couple of rolls through those shoulders. And then into either a supported roll down. Most of you will stay supported on the chair. We're curling forwards. If we're seated, oh, that's precarious. If we're seated, we're going to slide the hands forwards just to create a little bit of curve through the spine. And if some of you are happy that your back is sound, then you're not going to hold on to the chair at all and just let the hands dangle there in front of the body. But that is loading the spine, so be super careful if you've got any concerns about bone health. And then we curl back up again. So you can join in with me when you're ready. In your own space and time, we're curling forward. And then we curl back up again. So any osteopenia, osteoporosis, definitely hold on to your chair, please, because we don't want to load the spine in this forward flexion. Okay, and then do one more. So just getting some mobility around that upper part of the spine. And then reset those shoulders. Just take a little rock from side to side, loosen off through those hips. Right then. Tricep pulses. I would say, guys, with the weights, just use nothing for this one, okay, because I think it would be too much on the wrists, because that's for most of you, that's where the issue is. Now, tricep pulses, I'm going to show you without any equipment, and then if you want to add equipment in. So we're using the arms from the 100s, which is a pulse of the arms here, but we are going to send our arms behind the body, sending our palms back. This is going to engage our tricep muscles here, the muscles on the back of the upper arm, as well as chest and shoulder. So we've got these little pulses as if we're pushing water back behind us, nice straight arms. And we can do the same, exactly the same seated. So we're trying to get the arms behind, get round to the back of the chair, but keep that chest open. Okay, pause it there. Hang on. We're going to do a set of those because everyone holds their breath when they do this move. So as you think, oh yeah, I was holding my breath. Everyone holds their breath. So just to give you a breath cue, we'll breathe in to prepare. We'll breathe out and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. We'll do a set of 15. Like I say, the cue is really just to make sure that you don't hold your breath because everybody does. Right, so set the hands so if we're standing, we're pointing back to our heels. If you're on the chair, we're again pointing to the back legs of the chair. So triceps is where we're trying to get. Okay, so nice and open through the chest, shoulders down. We're going to need to brace our core muscles. So corset of muscle wrapping around the front so we don't rock backwards and forwards. Okay, take a breath in. As we breathe out, we pulse the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. Oh, I know. Back to those arms. Let's do that again. We're going to do just 2 more sets of 15. You don't have to keep going. You can always rest down if you need to. So set those fingertips pointing to the heels or the back legs of the chair. Nice and tall through the body. Switching on those tummy muscles. Breathe in and breathe out and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest it down. Okay, guys who are standing with the bands, if you want to add a little bit more to this, we can add the band in, which means those muscles are going to work harder. It's up to you. Just check that wrists don't do any weird bendy flexy thing, because we don't want to bend or flex under tension. So as if you've got your wrist in a cast, when we pulse the wrist back, the wrist stays nice and straight. So we're going to do 1 more set of 15 here. So, knuckles or fingertips pointing towards the heels or the backs of the chair. Take a big breath in. As we breathe out, we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. Whew. There we go. Give the shoulders a roll. Backwards and then forwards. And we're going to come into a tricep stretch. So fingertips to shoulder. Remember, at any point if you want to sit down, please sit down. We send the elbow towards the ceiling. Try not to let the shoulder creep up by the ear. You might find you can give it a bit more of a hand. Get a bit more of a stretch through the triceps. And if you've got lots of length in the arms, you might be able to find you can do that. Don't worry if you can't. Stay here. So wherever you feel you can go, it's just going to give you a little bit more of a stretch. Let's go to the other side. So fingertips to shoulder, elbow up. Now that may well be as far as that arm goes. That's fine. You might be able to give it a bit more of a hand to get a bit more length here. And then again, you might have a little bit more length in the arms, under the arms to come up here. Otherwise, stay here. That's it. And then rest it down. Give those shoulders a roll. Okay, 1 more standing bit of work. Oh, no, 2 more standing bits of work. Oh, no, we'll do one more. We'll do the other one seated, I think. Okay, so we're going to come into some squats. So I like to add the squats in. It's a very functional movement, really works our quadricep muscles, very important set of muscles to help with our standing balance and stability. So with our squats, we are sending our hips back. We're hinging at the hip, but we're keeping the chest proud, pushing through the heels to bring us back up again. We can add the band in and have a little pull on the band if you want to add a little bit more. Hand weights, up to you. If you want to add a little bit more work in, we can bring the hand weights up. They don't have to come very far. Knuckles pointing up. So if we were seated, we're going to send the arms up. So knuckles up and then bring the arms down, but squeezing the glute muscles at the same time. So we squeeze and then bring the arms down. So that's our seated version. So let's do it. Just don't add the pull on the band if you're using the band. Just raise the arms. So we're not quite to shoulder height. We don't want too much impingement in the shoulder. So just below shoulder height. So let's give that a go. Feet are hip socket width apart. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, send the hips back as if you're sitting on the chair behind you. Bring the arms up. Push through the heels. Bring it back up again. That's it. Let's do a couple more like that. Breathe in and breathe out. Hips back. Bring the band up. That's it. Push through the heels. So make sure you can look at me so we haven't got a complete fold at the hip. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in and breathe out. So hips back. That's it. Push through the heels. Okay, pause there. Take a little shake out through those legs. If you want to add a bit more work, upper body work, when we come down, we pull the band apart and then bring it back up. So guys, with the hand weights, you're still just lifting. We just stay through the center, okay? Or we're here. Squeeze the glutes here, okay? Right, then let's do 3 like that. We're going to do a set of 3 here. Take a breath in as we breathe out. Send the hips back. Let the knees bend, but the chest is upright. Give the band a little pull. Bring it back up again. Some of you are regretting the purple band right now. Breathe in And breathe out. Send the hips back. Give the band a little pull. That's it. So it's up to you how tight you make that band. Last one. Breathe in and breathe out. That's it. Pull the band and then bring it back up and then give those legs a little shake out. We're all going to come to a seated position now. So come bring yourself down. We're going to do a bicep curl seated. So with the band, we've got the band underneath our feet. We need to be towards the front edge of the chair. I'll show the hand weights version in a second. We should all be fine to put both feet on the band, and that just gives you, so we've got the band on the outside of the leg over the back of the hand. So you want most of your band over onto one side, on the outside of the leg. That's it. That's it. So put both feet on the band so you've got plenty of security there. Band over the back of the hand, elbow tucked into the waist. Thumb up, that's our starting position. Okay, so we're here. If we're using the hand weights, we're just going to do one. We only need one hand weight. You can either leave that one on the lap or get rid of it. So our hands, we're just here. Thumb, again, is up. The bone end of the band, because these are bone, they're called bone weights. Clear. They look like dog bones. So the bone end of the band is like your thumb, yeah? So you can put your thumb where you like, but that's like the thumb sticking up. And we're going to bring the thumb to the shoulder and then send the arm straight down. And send that arm back a little bit from the body without letting rotation happen. Elbow to the waist, we bring the arm up. We're going to do exactly the same thing with the band. So you decide how tight you want that band. The tighter it is, the heavier the equivalent weight would be. So the tighter the band, imagine your dumbbells are getting bigger and heavier, okay? The looser the band, you've got a smaller dumbbell. Okay, so tuck the elbow into the waist, shoulders down, hand, spare hand wherever you want it to be, and then we bring the thumb to your shoulder. Now, check, where is that elbow? Is it tucked into your waist? If it is, we're going to get the triceps working. As soon as it does this, your shoulder is doing most of the work. So I want you to work the biceps. We need the elbow tucked in. Then we straighten the hand down by our side, now like we're holding a dog lead, thumb pointing forward, and just send that arm straight back a little bit without twisting. And then we bring the elbow back in. That's it. So bicep curl. We're working the front of this muscle now. Bring the hand down, send the arm straight back. Don't let those shoulders rotate round. Bring it back in. Elbow tucked in, thumb to shoulder. Straighten that arm down. That's it. So really, really important to get the bicep muscles. We keep that elbow tucked into the waist. That's it. Let's do a couple more here. Tighten the band or loosen the band off. It's up to you. Make the weight heavier or make it lighter. Let's make this our last one. And then bring that up and then rest it down. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So band laid down on the other side. Or we've switched the hand weight to the other side. Band over the back of the hand. Or we've got our bone weight ready here. So just to add in, when we take the arm back, here, we're extending, we're putting the bicep muscles into extension, and then we're going to contract them. Okay? And that, when you put a muscle into extension before you contract it, we work the muscle more efficiently. We work more of the muscle rather than just keeping it in contraction the whole time. There's benefits to both ways, but we're trying to get as much of that muscle working, or muscles, should I say, as we can. Right then, so elbow tucked into the waist, thumb pointing forward, or head of the bone weight pointing forward. We tuck the elbow in and bring the thumb to the shoulder. Check that that elbow is in contact with the waist. Straighten the arm down. Send the arm back a little bit, just past the hip, not too far, to get that extension, and then we bring it back up. That's it. Elbow tucked in, thumb to shoulder. Keep going. So nice and slow and steady. Your muscles are working through all of the movement here. If we were going to be particular about breath, we'd breathe in here on the extension and breathe out when we contract the muscle, because that's where the effort is. So check that the wrists are nice and straight and strong. And breathe out. Let's do one more. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then rest it down. Okay, pop the band or the weights. You might want to pop them on the floor because we don't need them for a moment. Take a roll through those shoulders. Take a turn through those wrists. and then bring the hands into a T shape. Thumbs are up, shoulders down, and then rotate the thumbs to the floor, reach the fingertips away. This is probably quite uncomfortable. We're not here long, but it's giving the arms a good stretch out. And then release those arms, set the shoulders. Okay, we're going to come into the 100. So we were doing the 100 arms, but we were focusing on triceps when we were standing. Some of you were seated. But we're now going to come across front of the body here. So we're pulsing the arms from the knee, maybe just in front of the hip. So we're here. What this is going to do is work the chest muscles more, and it's going to work our core muscles more, because we've got a little bit more, we've got to resist the rocking backwards and forwards. So the muscles are stabilizing us as we pulse the arms. Now, if you want to work a little bit harder, we can pop the band over the front of the thighs. Don't use the weights. So no weights on this one. I think it'll be too much. So we've got pulses here. Okay. So either nothing, we're here, so no weights or anything, so we're here, or guys with the bands, we're going to use the band. We've got that pulse on the front of the body. Okay. So again, the tighter your band, the heavier it would be the equivalent weight that you're working with. So it's up to you. We're going to do the same breathing pattern. We breathe in to prepare, breathe out and pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get to 15. Right then, so decide how much tension you want on the band. Sitting up nice and tall, no weight on this one, just hands. Yeah, just hands. Okay, take a breath in. As we breathe out, we pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest it down. I'm just going to do a set without the weights, just for demonstration purpose, without the band. You keep the band if you want the band, though. So it's up to you. I'm going to do a set without the band. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest it up. If you've been using the band, do a set without the band, because it's quite interesting to change the focus. So this will give you more upper body. This will give you more core work, because you've got more range of motion. So if you've used the band on the first 2 sets, try it without the band, and then if you've mixed it up, then you decide what you want to do on that last one. So nice and tall. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest it down. Okay, just take a little rock from side to side. Get a little bit of movement into that lower back. So the 100s is one of the only quicker movements that we do in Pilates. Another move is the swimmer, which is a front line move on the mat where we kick the legs like front crawl. But we're going to do a static stretch now. So we can do this without the band, but let me show you what the band looks like. Hamstring stretch to begin with. So we've placed the foot into the band, and we're going to send that leg straight, and we're going to get that tension on the band, and we get a hamstring stretch. From here, we're going to take the leg to the outside of the body, adductors, and get a little bit of work for the hip. Okay. Now without the band, we can do the same thing. So we've got hamstring stretch, and then we're going to slide the leg to the outside for adductors and a little bit of hip work. So with or without the band is going to give you more length into the muscles, because we're pulling on those muscles, with or without the band. Okay, so we've got one leg extended, foot is flexed. Okay, if you've got the band, see if you can get a little bit more tension on that band. You might have the ends in each hand. We're going to stay here. Or if we are without the band, just take a little lean forward. That's going to get you a bit more into the back of that leg. Now, 2 breaths here. Hold it. Hold that stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Breathe in and breathe out. Now bring it back up. Soften that down. Same leg. We're going to take to the outside. Okay, so either here without the band, or if I've got the band, we're here. Again, get a little bit of tension on that. It's going to get into those calf muscles. Breathe in. Hold it there. Breathe out. Keep it there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring it back in. We're going to switch legs. So other leg extends away, maybe with the band. Okay, so either a little hinge forward, we're going to put on the band, and we're going to stay for those 2 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then take the leg to the outside. Keep it there. Breathe in. Nice and tall through the body. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bring that leg back in. Okay, get rid of the band. We're just going to do a little bit more mobility work for the legs. So we take a leg out to the side and then bring it back in. We go the other side. So keep alternating those side steps, really trying to keep the upper body as still as we can. So it's going to give us some work and mobility into those hip joints. Hip flexors working hard here as well. Oh, clunk. And go one more each side like this. That's where it's going back in. And then bring it back in. Now, take both knees wide. So we're now in a wide seated stance. I'm going to hinge forward at the hip, just a little bit more for those adductors on the inner thigh, and a little bit more mobility for those hip joints. So just pause it here. We're just going to stay in this hinge forward. 2 breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. You might come deeper if you can. Come deeper if you can. Breathe in and breathe out. And then bring that back up again. Step the legs in and give those legs a little step, a little roll in and out. Okay, so no band or weights for this one. We're going to work. Remember I was saying about thinking about this rotation that we had in that warm-up move. We're going to think about that rotation now. Rib cage to hips. So when we bring our rib cage to hips, we get our abdominals switching on. But when we add a rotation, we get more oblique work, so these muscles around the side of the waist. So we're going to bring our fingertips to our temples and then bring the elbow to the opposite knee. Just lift the heel to begin with and then bring that back up again. So same side, same elbow to knee, rotate round, lift the heel, elbow is coming towards the knee. Open back out, so we're really opening out those abdominals before we then curve round, elbow to knee. Open back out, do one more, so really open out, open up the chest, one more, elbow to knee. And open out and rest it down. Okay, we're going to do the other side, same thing. So just a heel raise on the first one. You know where we're going with the next one. We're going to take the knee up. Some of you are already, yeah, I know this one. Okay, so fingertips to temple, nice and tall. So when we, again, I talked about extending the muscles before we contract them. We're going to be working those abdominals more effectively. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, elbow to knee, little heel raise, and then open back out. Same side, elbow to knee. That's it. Open back out. So open the chest, shoulders down. 2 more. Elbow to knee with the heel raise. Open back out. Last one. And elbow to knee. Open back out. Finish the move. And then rest it down. Okay. The shoulders a little roll, little rock from side to side. So you can stay with what you were just doing if that's enough. If you want a bit more, we might be able to bring that knee up and get more, actually touch the knee to the elbow. So go where you are able to go. That may well be plenty for you. Stay with that if you need to. We're going to repeat on the same side again. We're going to do 4. So nice and tall, opened right out through that chest. We've got that length over the front of the tummy. Take a breath in as we breathe out. So elbow to knee. Breathe in here as we open out. Breathe out to crunch. Breathe in. And breathe out. Elbow to knee, rotate round. Last one. And breathe out. Open out. And then rest it down. Okay, just take it. I know that's hard. Give it a little rock from side to side. Loosen off those shoulders. We're going to do that set of 4 on the other side. Okay, so open out nice and tall. Remember, we could stay with the heel raise to make it a little bit gentler. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, elbow to knee. Open back out. And out breath here, elbow to knee. Open back out, 2 more. And elbow to knee. Last one, breathe in here. And breathe out. And then rest it down. Give those shoulders a roll. Take a little rock from side to side. Loosen off into the back. Okay, switch now to a little bit more work for our quadriceps in particular. I think I talked just earlier about the importance of our quadricep muscles. With the band, so no hand weights, band, you can use the band if you want to. So let me show you what this looks like without the band. Sliding a heel backwards and forwards, basically. You might then be able to make that a bit of a bigger movement. So either we're sliding the heel backwards and forwards, okay, or we're giving a little bit more of a press into the band. So with the band, that will look like here, end of the band in each hand. Again, sliding the band backwards and forwards. So we'll start a smaller one, and then you might be able to push away into the band to make that a bigger move, more of a leg press. Okay, so let's have a go with those little heel slides to begin with or without the band. If you're using the band, just anchor your hands so that the wrists don't worry, that is the sound of a band's class. They're always pinging off in different directions. So, wrists nice and straight and strong, just anchor those wrists, shoulders open, okay? So slide the heel away, and then slide the heel back in again. That's it. Slide the heel away. There's your out breath. Breathe in, bring it back in. 2 more. Slide the heel away. So push away into the heel. Last one. Breathe in and breathe out. That's it. And then we go the other side. It's got a bit loud. So bring the band over the other foot. That's it. We're just going to do those little heel slides to begin with. Anchor those hands. Again, tighter the band, the heavier the weight that you're pushing away, so the more the legs muscles will be working. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, slide the heel away. Draw the leg back in. Now, if you're working with the band, that return of the leg, you are having to control that part as well, because the band is wanting to ping your leg back into your body. Let's do that one more time. So out breath here, slide the heel away, and bring it back in. Okay, switch sides. We're going to go back to that first side. Either stay with those little heel slides, or we bring the hands up and we're pushing against the band. So the hands are now just by the chest, and that's going to make you work quite a lot harder. So only go there if your body is happy to go there today. So either heel slides like we were just doing without the band. We could make that a bigger movement as well. Heavy on those hip flexors, so go where you're able to. Just going to do 4 each side. So set that knee up. So in the band, you've got a bit of support. Okay, take a breath in. As you breathe out, push the heel away. Keep the hands really still. Bring it back in, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, bring it back in. And breathe out. Breathe in, bring it back in. Last one. And breathe out. Bring it back in and rest it down. We go the other side. Last set. So get those hands up towards the chest. Bring the knee up if that's for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Push the heel away. So try not to let the upper body move at all. See how, if you are lifting the leg, can your knee come up a bit higher? Last 2. And last one. And then bring that up and rest it down. Pop the band to the side. We don't need the band anymore. And give those knees a rock from side to side. Loosen off into those hips. Loosen off the legs. Just going to finish one last little strength move for the muscles here. So the muscles around the top of the pelvis, really. So into the obliques, but also our corresponding muscles in the back. We've got our side reaches. So with this one, if you remember, it's the one where we're reaching for a cup of tea that someone's put just out of reach, and we bring that arm back in. Like I said, it's going to get these muscles here. We'll then extend it by lifting the heel and just hovering the sit bone, and then the final progression, we're going to add some little pulses, little reaches, and that's just going to make those muscles. Each time, we're loading the muscles just that little bit more. You don't have to add the progressions if they're not suitable. Okay, so we need to be at least halfway along the chair, really, just to give us plenty of room. So we're going to repeat the move onto one side. We'll do 4 this side and then 4 that side. Doesn't matter which way you go, but I suppose logically, if we all go that way, just look nicer for me. Okay, take your breath in as we breathe out. So keep the sit bones in contact. We reach the arm away and then draw the arm back in. So someone meanly has put that cup of tea just out of reach. Reach that hand away. Bring it back in. 2 more. Out breath ideally here. Breathe in, bring it back in, last one, and our out breath here. Bring it back in. Okay, we're going to go the other side. Again, if you can look towards your hands, you're going to get a little bit of mobility around the upper spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach the hand away. Reaching away through the fingertips. And reach the hand away. Bring it back in, 2 more. Reach the hand away. Last one here. Bring it back in. Reset those shoulders. Okay, a little rock side to side. So on the next one, if you feel that you are steady enough, we're going to lift the opposite heel, maybe get a little bit of clearance underneath that sit bone. If you feel unsteady, don't do that. Then just keep both feet and both sit bones in contact with the chair and the floor. Okay, 4 again. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we reach to the side. Bring it back in. And breathe out. Reach to the side. Lift the heel, maybe the sit bone. Back in, 2 more. And breathe out as we reach to the side. Last one. And breathe out, reach to the side. Bring it back in. Okay, we're going to go the other side. Breathe in and breathe out. Lifting the heel and the sit bone maybe. Bring it back in. And breathe out, reach to the side. Back in, 2 more. And breathe out. Last one. And reaching away. And bring it back in. Okay, pause it there to reset the shoulders, a little rock from side to side, loosen off the back. Now we've got those pulses. I'm not going to count the pulses, I'm just going to we'll stay here and pulse. So you could pulse with the sit bones in contact and the feet in contact, or you could be that little bit further and pulse here. Just make sure you're not going to topple off the chair or feel like you're going to topple off the chair. Okay. So, let's all go that way. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, we reach to the side and we add that little pulse. So you're just reaching. You know what it's like. Something's been put out of your reach and you just think, if I'm a little bit longer, I could just about get it. Little pulses. 1 more. And then rest it down. So you can see what I mean about how we load the muscles just a little bit more each time. Okay, last one on this side then. So take a breath in. As we breathe out, find that reach and then add those little pulses. Just that little reach. If you reach a little bit more, you're going to be able to get that cup of tea. 1 more and then rest it down. Well done, guys. Okay, big rolls through the shoulders. And then change direction, roll the shoulders forwards. I'm just going to give our back a little bit of mobility work. So we take the feet wide towards the front edge of the chair if you can. We're going to come into a seated version of a cat-cow. So as we hinge forward at the hip, chin sticks out and we've got a little curve in the back. So we've got this cow shape here. And then tuck the chin in, arch the back, and then roll back up to a seated position. So we're trying to get this mobility through the spine. So we go like this on the way down, and then we curl up on the way back up again. Okay, so that's what we're trying to achieve. It's going to give us a little bit of back mobility. Okay, take a breath in. As we breathe out, we hinge forward. Chin just gently sticks out, little curve, this shape of the spine. Then we tuck the chin in and roll back up again as we arch the back. So for some of you, this will be a really lovely move, and you'll like this, how this feels on your back. Some of you won't. Make the move smaller if it's not suitable for you. You can just rock backwards and forwards a little bit if that is more suitable. Let's do a couple more, again, in your own space and time. So we're hinging forward and curling back up again. You can make this move as big or as small as feels suitable for your back. So you can come way deeper if you want to, or you can make it a much smaller move and just gently rock backwards and forwards. If rocking backwards and forwards is enough, then stay with that because you're still getting some mobility work. So it's a seated version of a yoga cat-cow stretch, which is done in 4-point kneeling on the floor, where we arch and curve the spine. Let's do 1 more. And then bring everything back to the center. Bring the feet in. A little rock from side to side. Loosen off the back. Some people absolutely love that stretch, and other people, and some people really hate it. So the thing is, you find stretches that work for your body, and find stretches that your body needs, and everybody is very, very different. Okay. We're going to come with our arms now through the center. So through a prayer position, up through the center, like we're doing breaststroke. Reach the arms out to the side, fingertips down. So breathe in as we come through the center. And breathe out to reach the hands away. So really try and draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Breathe in here. And breathe out. Let's do 2 more here. Breathe in, opening up the chest, mobilizing those shoulders, giving the wrists a little bit of attention as well. One more. And breathe out. And then reset the shoulders. Let's just come into a few neck turns. Make sure we're not holding tension here. Turning to look over one side, one shoulder. Back through the center to the other side. And back to the center. Gently bring chin to chest. Eye gaze up. Open the mouth, soften the jaw, release the muscles over the front of the chest. And then back to the center, ear to shoulder. And other side, ear to shoulder. And then back to the center. If you're not already at the front of the chair, bring yourself to the front of the chair. Just bring the legs a little bit wider. We'll finish with our 3 floats of the arms as we usually do. Breathe in and breathe out. Float the arms. Bring the arms down. Curve the spine forward if you want to add a little bit more. That's 2. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Float the arms. Bring your hands down to your sides. And we'll pause there. Well done, everyone. Well done. We'll pause